Hey y'all, it's Kathy with Miss Ever Changing, helping you make the most of your ever changing life. Now, I have some goodies to show you today, and we're all over the place with those goodies. We have some newbie things that I got in the mail this week that we'll talk about, and my new favorite thing. So y'all, but more for weight reasons, I try not to drink at all during the week. So there are times that you see me that I might have a glass of wine or a cocktail, actually alcohol free, and you're probably thinking, what in the world? But once I hit menopause, I noticed that my weight kept going up, and I was struggling. I literally have had to cut out all sugar, all carbs. It has not been easy. Now, I do drink wine or some mixed drinks on the weekends, but I try to make it a rule that unless I'm out, like to dinner or out with friends, if I'm just at home, I do not drink alcohol. It's just a lot of empty calories. Now, this is kind of funny. I found this, or actually my husband, I found it and he bought it for me because I was just making myself some alcohol-free cocktails. And I thought it was an interesting concept. It's free, I guess you would say, probably because it's alcohol free, and it's made by Sutter Home. So it's actually like pretty good. It's a good wine substitute, and we bought several flavors. This is the alcohol removed rosé, and it's actually really tasty. It really sat in the refrigerator for a long time because I thought, well, this is gonna have way too many calories and that would defeat the whole purpose. But I finally looked at the calories, and for an 8-ounce glass, which I do not drink an 8-ounce glass, maybe 5 ounces, 6, maybe 5 or 6. But for 8 ounces, it's only 50 calories. So, I mean, that's not a bad little treat that makes you feel a little special. I know for me, a lot of times it sort of symbolizes relaxing, and, well, a lot of it is just about the glass. I feel like when I'm holding a glass, a pretty glass, I am relaxing. So, let me tell you how it tastes. It's definitely more fruity than wine, but it's not a grape juice fruity. Like this particular one, I feel like I almost taste strawberries. It's light and refreshing. Now, would it pass for your normal rosé? Probably not, but this is very good on its own, like as its own separate thing, not to even compare, but the color's pretty. It's very crisp to me, and I find that it has some of the same properties that I like in wine. Now, let me tell you before I show you my other things, what I've been up to this week. So Monday, I had an appointment with my plastic surgeon, and we're talking about eyelid surgery. Actually, we're doing more than talking about it. I have it scheduled for August 3rd. I have been wanting to have eyelid surgery for years, and I'll show a picture of you. Now, I feel like I have gotten good enough at being able to put on makeup, and with being an art teacher, I know that dark colors make things recede, light colors make things kind of pop out a little bit. So I've become pretty good at disguising how bad my eyelids actually are, and I think that you just really can't tell on the video like you can when I don't have any makeup on, or maybe when you see me face to face. But it's time. And I decided to choose Greenville Plastic Surgery with Dr. Garrison. I went, and she was so super nice. The whole staff was nice, very welcoming, and she was referred by a doctor here in Goldsboro. So I feel very confident in her abilities, and I'm not a stranger to plastic surgery. But, and we'll talk about that one day. It's just, I don't have a problem with plastic surgery. I know some people, and it's a very personal choice. I know a lot of people that would never do it, would never, and think it's probably a super horrible thing. But I come up from a place that as an art teacher, I'm always analyzing and fixing problems. And so when there's something that I see and I'm seeing it day in and day out, and I'm just looking at it constantly, I feel like I want to fix that thing. And we live in a time where I think it's socially a little bit more acceptable. And there's so many different options that are actually getting less invasive all the time. And I'm okay with it. I don't have a problem with plastic surgery. Now, so let me tell you, I went, she looked at my eyelids, and I felt like she was very honest. And I do have a lot of skin on my eyebrows, but she looked at me immediately and she said, "Oh, your eyebrows are heavy." And I really do feel like my eyebrow is just, my brows are almost pushing down, which makes me want to overcompensate and open my eyes a lot. And which makes, you know, the wrinkles and sometimes headaches and things like that. So I was actually told when I had my nose surgery about 10 years ago that I needed a brow lift. Now, I have Botox on a regular basis. I had it at the end of April. So it's starting to wear off a little bit, but normally before I actually go at the end of my 3 months to have more Botox, this eyebrow's like that and that eyebrow's like that, and it's just like all wonky and it's a mess. Already you can probably see that I have a little asymmetry going, but my face is very asymmetrical anyway. I mean, I feel like I have the most wonky, and a lot of times when I'll take pictures, I take pictures from a 3/4 view because I feel like it's just not as obvious that way, the struggles. And I know that we are our own worst critics. But anyway, so she planted that seed in my head. And so now I'm struggling with, do I want to just have the extra skin? I think it's called a Blepharoplasty. I struggle. You know, I struggle with words. But I don't know if I just want to have the extra skin removed, or if I'm better off to have the brow lift, which would lift my eyes just a little bit. And now she promised me that I would not look artificial or surprised all the time, that I wouldn't have that. I just sat on a bunch of tacks look. She promised me that she would be very conservative. So my question now is, and I need it when she calls back, these are the questions that I'm going to ask. So note to self, be prepared if you ever plan on doing any type of surgery or anything, do your research. There was a plethora of things on YouTube last night. I just hadn't really I hadn't thought about looking at it before. You could even see exactly how the surgeries were, like how they were performed, and I found a lot of good, useful information. Now, basically, and these were actually doctors that were doing videos on YouTube, but they were saying, listen to your doctor. They see a lot of people. They've seen a lot of different things, and it's like a case-by-case basis. So here are the things that I think that I will ask her when she calls back. First, if I do opt for the brow lift, will it take away my skin? I don't want to do both. That's not even an option for me. I want whatever is going to be the most natural, the most effective, to make me not look so tired. So, one, if I do the brow lift, will it remove the skin that I want? Will it do what I want it to? If I only go for the eyelids, once she takes out the extra skin, will it bring my eyebrow even closer down? Because I don't have a lot of real estate, and she even said I don't have a lot of real estate, you know, and I like to wear my makeup, I like to put on my eyeshadows, and I want to make sure that I have room to be able to do that. Also, if I have a brow lift, will I even need Botox? Because that would be a plus. I spend at least $8,000 just a year just on Botox, and that's pretty high maintenance. They have to come in and they have to lift my brows, which can be done with Botox. It's just a lot of maintenance. So I have a lot of questions. I'm still leaning towards just having the skin removed, just the regular upper blepharoplasty. It's a simple procedure. They do it under local anesthesia. I would just go in, take my cocktail of medicines with me, take them there, and it's just a pretty straightforward, cut the extra skin out, sew it up, and send you home. Now the brow lift, I've read a lot about the endoscopic brow lifts, and this particular doctor, who I know I want to go with, does the traditional. That means she goes inside of your hairline and she cuts you from ear to ear. From what I can understand, I need to double check with her to make sure she doesn't offer the endoscopic option, but that would be more like a traditional one. She peels back your forehead. I actually saw this surgery being done. She peels back your forehead and she makes some snips and releases some things in there and then pulls it up so it's tight and stitches it back together. Now, I don't think I have enough droopiness because sometimes it can raise your hairline, but I don't think that I have that much play. I mean, I do have some wiggle room, so and that would be under general anesthesia, which is a whole other ball field because that's definitely more of a big deal, more of an invasive surgery. They do staple your head closed, but she was actually saying that you could wash your hair like in a couple of days. You were fine to do that. So that to me blows my mind. I can't imagine washing my hair with staples. I mean, ow. So I've got some decisions to make. So if you have had either one of those and you have an opinion, I would like to know. So comment below. This has been a really hard choice. I'm still thinking that possibly just, the eyelids, just because it's a simpler surgery. I don't know. But on to some other things I want to show you. I got a new nail polish in the mail. You know I love my Olive and June, and this is a pretty color. It is Wild and Free, and it's this really pretty peachy pink color. To me, it looks like a neutral. I had on my dark pink, and I had that on, I think it was the strawberry, hot strawberry, and I had hot strawberry on, or maybe it was wild strawberry. No, I had it on for 8 days and there was nothing wrong with it. I was just tired of looking at it. So I changed the color today and I'm thinking that may be my new favorite. So this, if you're looking for a long wearing nail polish, I mean, this is perfect, y'all. I will link it down below, but I'm still so pleased with this. Now, my other two favorite things I got, I had been hearing a lot about the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Everybody says that is like the perfect neutral shade, like your everyday go-to nude. And so I had to order some. Now, I didn't want to commit to buying a big one, so they actually had that in a sample size. I got it from Sephora. I want to say it was about $25, and then I got like 3 free samples with it. So, I mean, that was a good deal. Yes, $25. And I have it on today, and I really like it. It is not too pinky, not too brown, not too peachy. I think it's a perfect everyday color, because like I feel like it's not even bad with my nail color, because I hate it when you have on a lipstick that looks weird with your nail color. I kind of like for everything to at least go together, or at least be a neutral or on the same color palette of your brights, or or your pinks or corals. So I would definitely recommend it. This is what it looks like. It came in a small tube and it's got the little matching lip liner, and I'm new to lip liner. I don't know why I have never used lip liner before, but I like it. I can go just slightly, like on the edge of my lip, like a little bit to the outside, like half on, half off, and it gives me fuller lips without having to have so much lip filler. And I did just have lip filler not long ago, but I try to be very conservative with that, because when you overfill, then you've got a whole other bunch of creases here, problems there. So I just really am liking that, and the whole lip liner technique. Now, just to color swatch it for you, let me put some on. I have to excuse my old hands too. I just meant to put lotion on, I didn't. So this is what it looks like it's just that nice. Now, I feel like I have yellow undertones, but it's a very nice color on me. I think that it's definitely a little bit more on the cool side, which I tend to go for. Now, interestingly enough, this week in the mail, when I was looking for a lip liner, I got this Milani, and the color is 03 Nude. It was only like, it's less than $4, like 3 something, and it's a pretty close color to the Charlotte Tilbury. So I just thought that was interesting. So, you know, I'm definitely gonna buy the Pillow Talk, and it's, to me, the consistency's even the same. I think that would be a pretty good dupe. So I know that I'm gonna order this in the bigger size, but I think that I'm gonna continue to order this on Amazon. I'll link it below, because this is a great shade. And I'm not even sure that I have the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk pink on. It may be the Milani that I have on today. I can't remember what I put on, but either way, it's so close that you can't tell. So that is just a little bit of my Wednesday afternoon conversation. And I really would love to know if you've had any experience with either the brow lift or the eye lift. Were you happy with it? How long did it take to heal? Was it something that you would do, that you would recommend? So let me know in those comments, and I will see you in the next video.